Hey there, Sickos. What's going on? We're here with it's Doug and Holly Pounder, and we're here to talk about AEW tier lists. I
We're
think.
sickos.
Yeah, we're Sickos. Uh, I thought it would be fun to start the year off by kind of placing everyone in the AEW card where I think they are starting the year out at. We just had World's End. So we kind of know where certain people are in different title pictures. And then I think that we should do it again right after All In, because I think that's like maybe the biggest event of the year. And it's perfect because it's like right smack dab in the middle of the year. So beginning of the year, see where the roster's at, middle of the year, kind of see where people have moved around.
We also had the New Year's Smash, it was pretty eventful.
Right.
So yeah, end of the year.
The biggest title change I think in that it was just Willow, and this is we're just doing the men's roster right now, but we definitely should do the women's roster as well.
Yes.
So we're just going to go through all the tiers. The way the rating system will work, just so anyone can maybe understand, whoever watches this, which is going to be nobody. But for me, S tier is like anybody that doesn't need to be like placed anywhere. Like they kind of they can do their own thing and they draw and they're a crowd favorite, and yeah, maybe they're not going to win the TNT title tomorrow. Maybe they're not going to win, the international title tomorrow, but they are beyond titles. They're exceptional. Like
We could just rename it the Kenny tier.
basically that. So I mean, you can already guess where we'd put Kenny. He belongs in the S tier. It doesn't matter. He is beyond, he's bigger than the title. If you ask me personally, he's bigger than the AEW title. Um, and so anyway, so that's like kind of S tier. Would be upper tier is people that are currently attempting to win the AEW World Championship or have the World Championship. Like the lower upper tier slash the upper mid is kind of people that are also like vying for the World Championship, but also can kind of wrestle for the TNT, or just kind of they're in that mix. Mid is just TNT champion ship material, basically anybody that is vying for the TNT championship, and they can kind of move to the upper mid or lower mid, but whatever. We're talking about where they are right now. Mid is like kind of that TNT champion point. Lower mid is anybody that could maybe potentially challenge for the TNT title, but they're probably not going to win it right now. But they get some wins, losses, and they could win it. Like for example, Mark Briscoe, I think, was in lower mid for a while, and now he won the title. So I would put him in mid. He won the TNT title. So and then lower are just kind of guys that get wins here and there. They're not quite like enhancement, but they also probably don't really have a shot at any belts right now. And then enhancement, of course, is just enhancement talent, which are people that typically will make the other superstars look good or fill in some matches. So you got it, Holly. That's my thought. Do
Yeah,
you
I think
think?
that's good. And then I guess it's worth mentioning that
No.
this is not really considering anything to do with tag teams. We're considering everyone as individuals.
No. Oh, I thought we were going to kind of. Well, I figured. I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Yeah. Are we going to just add them?
I was just going to place kind of the tag teams together, kind of where I
Okay.
thought that they rank as far as like their opportunities to win. There's obviously no like mid tier belts or whatever, but I'll just kind of rank them. I think, we together can talk about how we want to rank them. So, no, you're
Okay.
wrong and you're dumb.
I honestly thought we were only talking about wrestlers as individuals, but no,
No,
that's
no,
good.
no.
We should talk about the tag teams. It's important.
Yeah, I think the tag division is really, really important. So, I we'll just go in order, I think. And speaking of tag teams, I think this is an easy one. FTR is clearly it's not this isn't necessarily like my opinion, sort of my opinion, but
Definitely not my opinion.
it's you're losing the plot here.
I get it. That
The
is where they are.
the
I agree with you.
right. The point is we're starting the year. Where is FTR? I was going to say ATR. Where is ATV? Uh, FTR, they're upper, right? They're in
Yeah,
the upper tier. They are world title holders. They've
I
been
agree.
multi-time world title holders. Yeah, we don't. It's like a slight objectivity with a touch of like our own opinion on kind of where they land when it's in a gray area. But there's no doubt that FTR is in the upper
I agree.
tier. So as we'll just keep going through these guys, and as soon as we find Cash Wheeler, we'll throw him up into the upper tier as well.
Yeah, Daniel
Um,
Garcia, I'm guessing you're going to do the one tier lower, the low upper mid.
oh no, not at all. I was actually going to go lower mid. I
Really?
feel
I think
like
he's a contender with some of the stuff that's been going on, but
for the
maybe
world title,
well,
you
low
think
upper. I'm not saying upper, I'm saying low upper mid. Seems like he faces people in that realm. But yeah, maybe I see where you're going with this. I kind of get it. And I actually agree more with where you're putting him. Uh, so yeah, I I think that might be a good spot, especially at this point in the year. If we're going to do this a few times, then that's a good starting point.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I think I was going to put him in lower mid because uh he did just have the title, but he lost it, and I don't really think anytime soon he's vying for that TNT title. Like, do you think he'll be challenging Mark Briscoe for it anytime
Maybe
soon?
right.
I highly doubt it.
Anytime soon, no. With what's going on right now, I guess not. No.
Um, okay,
Nick
so
Wayne.
Nick Wayne's injured right now. He is like I can't remember what Ring of Honor champion he is. I don't think he is not. I don't think he's the pure champion, but I could be wrong. Unfortunately, I can't remember everything. Trying to, but it's really difficult. He is some sort of champion in Ring of Honor, but I don't think he's anything now simply because he got injured, and so he's kind of like off the map a little bit. However, I would say like Nick Wayne, when he comes back, I think that he's kind of actually in the lower mid as well. He does pick up some decent wins. They give him good airtime. And I think there's like a chance in the future, maybe not next year, but I think when he comes back from injury, this is a weird placement because I think when he comes back from injury, he's definitely like a lower mid wrestler. He gets some wins here and there.
I agree. And I think it would be interesting to see him just kind of climb his way up and see what happens. He's incredibly young. And
Hmm.
so he might stay here for a while,
Right.
especially when he comes back. But
Right. So I
but
just
yeah,
think
we'll see.
he left off sort of in the mid section or whatever, um, and then I want to say that like right now when he comes back immediately, he'll probably be in that like lower mid area.
Hmm.
Um, so all right, Jay White, who's also injured. I think this is an easy one for me. I think Jay White is sort of hovers in this uh, upper mid to low upper category. Sometimes he will challenge for the world title. He's kind of in the mix at any point. I definitely feel like he could be a kind of guy that comes in and takes the TNT title from Mark Briscoe. What do you think about Jay White when he comes back
Yeah,
from
I
injury?
I think that's the right place for him when he comes back from injury. I think before he left from being injured, or because of being injured, I could see him working his way up to S tier, just the way he's received. And I know that he's a really skilled wrestler, but I think this is the right place for him right now.
Yeah. So lower, lower. Let's see. Ace Austin. Do you know much about him? Where would you place Ace Austin right now? He's very, very new to the card.
I would have guessed lower mid.
You say Ace Austin lower mid. I think
And no, I
lower
don't know
mid's
that
probably
much about him. We haven't had a ton of exposure to him, but yeah, lower mid or mid.
you're
He's
probably right.
probably going to be a big player in the whole story, but right now, I don't think I know enough to put him in some really significant position.
I was gonna put him in lower, simply because like I don't think he has even a chance to get to the TNT title right now. Like he will not even. These kind of guys are guys that go like, oh, I can battle for the TNT title, but I'm not going to win it right now. Right.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I see lower mid. Like, oh, maybe I'll challenge for TNT and then I probably won't win it. Ace Austin right now, where he's new to the roster. He doesn't have a lot of cred
But does he
right
have a lot of
now.
nerve? Like, does he have a lot of, like, do you see him putting some sort of challenge out there?
The way I see it is he's like tier 3 in the Bang Bang Gang.
Okay.
Right, because
Yeah.
he got added into the Bang Bang Gang. I'm happy to put him in lower mid. I'm just talking it out. Is that like, uh, you know what I mean? He right now he's technically even in just Bang Bang Gang categorizing, he's lower than Juice and Austin Gunn.
Right, which I wouldn't put very high. So I agree. I think we're just talking it out. This is the first time we've done this, but no, that makes sense.
I think he's
That
what
makes
I'm saying
more
is like I think
sense.
this is where he's starting the year.
Yes,
That
and
doesn't
that's
mean he
all we're
can't.
talking
That doesn't
about.
mean he can't go somewhere. But I
Mhm.
just don't think he's not challenging for the TNT title like
Yeah.
at all. And Garcia just had it right before I think right before Kyle Fletcher. I can't
Mhm.
remember. And then I do think Nick Wayne is just a little step above Ace Austin.
No, you're
Well,
right. With
which is
comparisons like that, definitely, I think you're putting him in the right spot.
all right. So Hurt Syndicate is definitely in like I think that upper low upper area where they're always challenging maybe for the title, but I don't know if they'll get another run here anytime soon. I don't think they're fully in the upper tier. Um,
No, and I wouldn't put them lower than that right
no,
now. It's just that in this past month or so, we have seen less. And if we're talking about how we're starting the year off, then yeah, I agree.
here's Bobby
That's where they
Lashley,
go.
and then yeah, and then plus Lashley's injured. So anyway, when they're back, they're in that low upper tier.
What do you
Um,
think about, or sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
who?
I was going to say Hobbs.
Oh, Hobbs, you're skipping the line.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Um, oh, we can go right to Hobbs. All right. So yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs. He was kind of in the mid tier. I believe he was a TNT champion at one time. Right now, Hobbs is in a weird spot where I think he has maybe a trios title. So that's kind of tough. I wouldn't. The trios is so tough. Like just because those guys have a belt, it doesn't mean they're in like the upper card or anything. That's really weird to say. They're kind of like the way they fit into the way AEW structures things right now. If you ask me, they don't treat the trios title as like a premium belt.
No.
Right. It's not. They did at one point. There was a time when kind of the trios title was like very interesting, but right now it seems like the trios title is a little bit on the back burner. And AEW clearly has a belt problem. They have too many belts. But Hobbs himself, who also wrestles very often individually, I don't think he's like quite a TNT championship winner right now. But I'd put him in that like lower mid tier where he could definitely battle for it a couple times. I don't know if he's going to take it, but I could see him, challenge for it at some point. So I'd put him in like the lower mid tier because ranking them as a trio, I don't even know as a trio or at lower. I don't even know because the trios championship is in such a bad place right now.
Yeah. I think I agree. I think that if you hadn't put him there, I would maybe suggest mid, just because when you're
Right.
thinking
No,
about
I
it and
agree too.
comparing against or comparing to Daniel Garcia and
Nick
Nick
Wayne or
Wayne,
whatever.
it's like I think Hobbs really is a tier above them.
Maybe hey,
Um,
that's why
so
I think you might be right. Is that Hobbs? They
it
do
just might
play
be a
him.
fairer place to put
Yeah,
Hobbs.
they put him up there pretty strong. They don't book him like a mid tier,
No, and who knows why that is, but yeah.
but yeah, maybe if we're kind of going by what we have here, I think if they put Daniel Garcia and Hobbs maybe in a match, yeah, maybe Hobbs right now wins that match. I'm not
But
positive.
then maybe you're more right when you think about activity lately, recently, and us going into this new year. Maybe lower mid was the right spot for him, but I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to compare with
Hmm.
who's he sharing this tier with, and I really think that he might be above them. But I guess it just depends on what we're thinking about and how we're thinking about the year will go or where we're
It's
starting.
just where AEW is putting
Yeah.
them right now. Like
Yeah,
right
you
now,
might
if
be
Hobbs
right.
wrestled by
Hobbs has been
himself.
somewhat inactive alone by himself, I'm saying.
Right. That's
So maybe
what
that's
I
right.
think is that he's like he did Russell Hangman though.
For the
They
record, I think he is a higher tier wrestler, but that's not really what we're
maybe
talking
we'll
about.
throw him in mid because his last singles match was against. They do like to play with him at this weird level where it's like he's not going to win the title from Hangman, but they kind of like to throw him up against big guys, and Hangman was the champion and stuff. So let's put him in mid
Okay.
right now. So we have Jet Speed here, and I really like Jet Speed.
Me too.
The way they've been booking them is kind of in a mid area. If you ask me, they're not quite giving them the champion contenders nod. necessarily, but they're starting to grow like as a tag team, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and they're showcasing them a lot.
Right. So where the heck is Kevin Knight? I thought I saw him on
I thought
here.
I saw him too.
Yeah. Well, we'll find him as we get through people. Lance Archer, unfortunately, is I think just in the lower
Mhm.
right now. He is not getting a lot of wins. He's not getting a lot of opportunities. Maybe he's wrestling more in ROH, but as far as AEW is concerned,
Kind of
uh,
absent.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's not only a little bit absent, but he's definitely in the lower tier. They call him up when they need him because he's a big guy, and it's like, oh, Lance Archer's big and strong, but really, I don't think he's going to do much or make any waves.
I agree.
I wouldn't quite say he's enhancement talent, but he's definitely in the lower. As opposed to early on, I feel like he was vying for the TNT title. All right. Well, we already know this is an easy one. Mark Briscoe is.
Really?
What do you mean? He's the TNT champion.
Ye
He's literally the
Okay, yeah, yeah,
definition
yeah,
of.
we're talking about where we're starting. Yes, you're
He's like
right.
literally the
Okay.
definition of mid. He's
Yeah.
the TNT champion,
Mhm.
and he's not challenging for the world title or anything like that. Maybe you could be
I could see
TNT
it 3
champion
months
and
from
still
now,
be
we might be
upper.
having a different we might be putting him somewhere else.
MJF's an interesting one for me. I almost want to put him into S tier. He's clearly upper tier. It's like a no-brainer that he's in the upper tier, but it almost feels as though he can kind of be anywhere. He can lose to Mark. He can lose to Mark Briscoe. It doesn't hurt him in any way. He can be booked with anybody. I guess he
I
can be
think that
booked.
means he is S
I
tier.
kind of want to put
Yeah.
MJF in S tier when it comes to his AEW rank. He's
Yes.
the champ. Not only is he the world champion, but he uh, seems to have no blemishes on his record in any. He could lose to anybody
Yeah,
any day, and he's still just as loved or hated.
I agree. Yeah.
Um, Caster. So I don't know what exactly is going on right now with um, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. They are the acclaimed. They aren't the acclaimed. They're definitely like not vying for any titles right now. I'd probably put them in. They're not enhancement talent. They're clearly better than that, but they don't seem to like have a place on the roster as far as like titles are concerned. It just seems like they're just telling. They're kind of working on their story, and with their booking, yeah, it's tough. I
Yeah,
mean,
for
Max is
those
kind of
reasons,
over. You could maybe put him in lower mid. Maybe I put him in lower mid.
I think at least lower mid, but yes, for those reasons, it's like nothing's really going on with them, and if we're talking about where we're starting, again, I know I keep saying that, but yeah, that's where they probably need to be.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Cash, by the way. So we'll put him up here in the upper with Dax, and they're
Mhm.
almost S. They're almost S tier. Not quite, but they're definitely cementing themselves as a like
Yeah, that
uh,
kind of status. I
yeah,
agree.
just not undefeatable necessarily in AEW, but what's the word for it when you like
You're
you
hard
know
to beat.
I don't know. Not hard to beat. There's a word for it. Like nothing like damages their reputation. Essentially, like you always respect them and know they're a good tag team. Not you. You don't like them.
I sure don't. Yeah.
But so I guess I won't go to Darby yet. But Moxley is definitely in upper to S tier. I might put him in S tier. He's essentially like, well, going into the new year. Let's think about this. He's
I
the
think
international champion. Where is he placing
for me, S
right now?
tier. I think it would be weird where he's at right now to have him anywhere but that.
Interesting, interesting. Um, so
What do you think would be like kind of borderline reason he should be in just upper?
well, just where he feels like in the card right now, he's had a couple tap out losses. He did just win. It's like he did just win the Continental. And Moxley's also the ace of AEW. Like he's so well known and so well respected. I think for stepping up in during the hard times that he really can't have too much damage to his reputation. He came back in a huge way. So I think those things carry through even years later when he stepped in for certain injuries, when he got over his alcoholism and came back, and when he lost even to Hangman. I think him losing to Hangman made him look even better, and that was
Yeah.
earlier in the year. But anyway, where he is exactly at this moment, end of the year, he did just win the not the G1, he won the C2 Continental. He is the Continental champion. I don't know how those belts are working right now. He's the unified champion. I don't know. But I guess he does feel S tier. He's leading the Death Riders. He can't. He's essentially infallible
And it just
to a
also
degree.
seems like anything could happen and anyone could go against him, and I don't know. I think that's where he belongs,
Yeah,
but I can kind of see why you would think maybe upper.
it feels like he's like in just the upper card. He's world champion material.
Okay.
But I
Well,
mean,
let's put him there. Let's
no, I
see.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like it,
It's hard
but
to say.
at the same time, he just won the C2.
Well,
He's
maybe that'll become clearer once we start putting some other people up here,
That's true.
you
We can
know?
always go back and check it out. Samoa Joe's, he was literally the world champion. I don't want to move him back down into the low
No.
upper just yet. It seems like there's still some kind of things brewing right now. I don't think he's going to win the world championship again anytime soon. But he literally was the world champion as of like a week ago. So I think it's safe to say, starting out the year, he's in the upper tier. He's still in the mix with Hangman and Swerve in some sort of feud. So I think that's where he belongs.
I agree. That's a good spot.
Um, Darby is an interesting one for me. It seems like Darby is also in a tier uh, of his own where it doesn't matter. He's Darby should have had the TNT title again. He should even be vying for the world title. We all know it, and it's like he can go anywhere. Not only can he go anywhere on the roster, but he's definitely a fan favorite. They've made like 14 figures of him. He's clearly highly regarded in AEW, and when they want to have big matches, they ask Darby to be in them.
Oh, I
He's on
agree.
every pay per view.
I agree, and he deserves. I mean, yeah, I would never disagree or argue with him being in the S tier, really at any time. I mean, look at even just the crazy stuff he's been doing and the injuries and, thinking he's gonna be out and just coming back and going full force right back at it
Yeah,
every single time. I know that's not really what we're talking about, but yes, I think that he belongs in the S tier, and I think really interesting things might be in store for where he's headed this year.
yeah. We'll see. We'll do a mid year check in and see where he is. But yeah, if you want to talk about what titles he's up for, I really think kind of anything. But it does seem like he was supposed to come back and win the world championship, but with injuries, I think it unfortunately sidelined, where he was going, and maybe even he was going to win the C2. I have no idea. Maybe that was always going to be Moxley, but he definitely would have gone way later than round one.
Yeah.
When he had to leave. All right, so Kota Ibushi, I think when he comes back from injury, there's definitely, I think he's like the highest ranked lower mid guy. I'd say, I don't know if they want to slap any belts on Ibushi, but I could see him challenging for the TNT title when their opportunity arises. I would even like maybe put him in mid.
I think with his connection to Kenny and the kind of yeah, it is kinda hovering between the 2. I think I probably wouldn't hesitate to say mid, but maybe I mean, we haven't seen enough of him, and if we're trying to be fair and honest about, like, where they literally are,
Mhm.
we don't know really with him.
Right. I mean, he was last thing he was doing was wrestling Josh Alexander, but I think he was going to beat Josh Alexander, and then things obviously went wrong. Uh, so it's tough to say where he lands. Let's revisit Kota Ibushi as we add more people. The Outrunners, unfortunately, they felt like they had a lot more of a push last year, and they've really just kind of been hanging with Dalton Castle, probably been a little bit more in Ring of Honor. So they've sort of disappeared from the AEW tag team title
For
picture.
now, I would love to see more of them.
Same. I would as well. But I think Jet Speed's above them as far, and the
They
tag
are.
tiers are so tough to like do. It's so brutal. But anyway, well, next one's the easiest one I think of everyone. I think Kenny is the absolute top peak of all that is AEW and wrestling. Even if he's not the greatest mic worker in the world, even though
Yes, he
you
is.
really like him
Yes, he is.
on the mic, um, his
Everything about his style and presence is
mhm.
exactly what it should be. And
You might be right. You
he's
might be right.
he's his own tier.
Maybe he is his own tier above Kenny tier. All right, so let's see here. We have I just remembered his name 1 second ago. Shibata. I thought I was gonna
Don't
forget
forget
that.
Shibata.
I actually love Shibata's S tier for me.
Yeah, he's so funny.
I really like Shibata. I think where Shibata rests, he's probably in like the lower mid to mid. They definitely respect Shibata.
I think maybe mid. I mean, because think about it. If we watched an Dynamite tomorrow or something, I
Yeah,
don't think
and
it
he's
would
our
feel out of
champion.
place if he was
Yeah,
with these
we'll
guys.
put him
I
with
think that's where
Hobbs.
he belongs.
Yeah, we'll put him with Hobbs there. I definitely think that like there's there. If you ask me early on, there was definitely room for a Shibata TNT Championship run at some point.
And there probably maybe there will be.
Nah, let's hope. Okay, so Luchasaurus is weird. He was a former TNT champion. I don't really his pairing with Jungle Boy right now. They're still kind of wrestling
It's
singles.
Jungle Jack Perry.
Oh, sorry
I'm just
about
saying if
that.
you want to speak correctly.
Yeah, if you want to come correct. Uh, he he feels weird right now, where him just as an individual is not doing a lot, and then even Jurassic Express is really not shaking anything up. I guess we could put them into like lower mid, maybe Jurassic Express into the lower mid area. I'm not
Really?
I'm not opposed to that. Right? They're not vying for the titles right now. Well,
Well, Jack Perry's been doing a lot more.
where would you put him?
Um,
You put him in mid?
well, when I was thinking about this, when you were talking about something else, and I was thinking about Jack Perry, I honestly thought, yeah, either mid
Maybe
or
mid.
low upper. But I think you're going to find that too high for them. And I agree, kind of, now that we're talking about all of this. Um, I don't know. This one's kind of a question mark for me.
We'll put
Jack Perry's been kind of alone
mhm.
a
It's
little bit more, and so, but we have to put them together.
yeah. We'll put them.
Yeah,
We'll stick
I
them
think
in
you're
mid tier
right.
right now, and we can always like revisit it. People, I'm thinking about revisiting Cody Ibushi. Maybe we revisit these guys. I'm gonna put Mark Briscoe at the front simply because he is the current champion.
Mhm,
Um, all right, so Commander, I think, is just in lower right now.
mhm.
A lot of the guys from CMLL aren't doing a ton
Yeah, I kind of
in
agree.
AEW. They get a little run here and then they're gone or whatever. They just get some wins and losses and they don't really make any waves. He's not in the TNT picture at all, so I think he's in lower, but I wouldn't quite call him enhancement. Um, Kyle O'Reilly also
I think
right
he's
now
kinda enhancement or lower.
enhancement.
Yeah, he's
He just
enhancement, I
submitted.
think.
He just had a big run with Moxley and submitted him. I think that they want you to think he's in the lower mid, but I really think unfortunately Kyle O'Reilly, like he doesn't right now, and he's also injured. He just doesn't even have a chance at winning the TNT title. It's like not even a question that like he could be the TNT champion. So maybe unfortunately, I would put him in the lower bracket as well right now.
Yeah. I, uh, I am not arguing with that. I kinda thought you were gonna put him in lower mid, and that wouldn't be the craziest thing, but yeah, he's
I don't even think a title shot is like in his like next 10 matches. At least I don't think so. He's
he
injured.
did
It's tough to
accomplish a
place.
lot more, at the end of the year, sort of,
Yeah, I mean the ankle lock on John Moxley to
but
beat him.
I don't think he's there. Yeah, I kind of
Maybe
agree.
he's in the lower mid. Maybe he's
Yeah,
in
I said enhancement, but
oh boy. Well, he's definitely above these guys,
he
so
is,
maybe I'll put him right here and we can revisit it. Um well,
but
Hmm.
it's just that very recently, all
Mhm.
of those guys. But yeah, I guess it's if we're gonna put Max Caster and Anthony Bowens in lower mid, maybe he deserves to be there too, because he's at least more active than them right now, or was.
Mhm. We gotta go faster. We're
Okay.
way behind right now. All right, so Brian Danielson's technically retired. I'm just gonna move him out of the way here. Oh, you can even see down there. I just moved Brian Danielson. Adam Cole injured, probably not coming back. I'm hearing, so I'm just gonna move him out of there. Um,
I hope
Christian
that's not true.
Christian Cage is a weird one where or you guys can't see him, but so he's next on our list. Christian Cage. I should scroll down so you can see when I'm grabbing people. Christian Cage is a super weird one because he was the TNT champion. He's kind of been hanging with Adam Copeland. He is a legend in his own right. He's just gone right now, sort of. He's definitely mid, but he might be kind of in the lower upper. He had
Yeah,
the
I would
contract for
definitely
the
say
world
he's
title
higher.
for a little bit. He's Christian Cage.
Yeah,
He's been a staple of AEW. He's had great matches. He's been in amazing feuds. He's
he's
been the TNT
hilarious.
champion. He's just gone right now, so it's kind of tough to place him right now at the end of the year. But I would still put him in the upper mid, lower upper kind of section
Yeah,
there.
I agree.
Josh Alexander seems like they're giving him throwing him some bones here and there. So I'm putting him in the
Yeah, that's the
lower
right spot. I
mid
agree.
section, and we're kind of losing our enhancement section, but that's okay. That we don't see that necessarily at all times. All right, I think this is Dralistico, and I'd also put Dralistico in like lower. He gets wins here and there, but doesn't really make any waves. Um, Brody King, they were just tag team or Brody. This is Brody
King.
King.
Mhm. Yes.
He was just a tag team champion. And I feel like, and he was also a trios champion. I feel like they kind of book him really, really strong. So him and Bandito, I think, are at least in the mid as a tag team. They're in the mid. Brody King as a solo guy is probably in mid as well. I could
Yeah.
see them saying like, "Hey, you should have a TNT. Let's do a little TNT
It's hard to
run."
say we only are seeing him in a tag team right now, but I could see them putting
Right.
him.
Well, they'll
Yeah,
do them as a tag team because
I
that's what they
agree.
just were. They were just champions.
Mhm.
Um, so maybe they belong in like the upper
Oh,
mid
really?
as yeah, kind of the
Oh,
upper mid. They're not.
I
They're.
don't know.
I think they're above Jet Speed right now. And if Jet Speed's
Oh,
in mid, they were just the champions. Jet Speed's
yeah.
not the
Yeah,
champion.
you're
In
right,
fact,
you're
I
right.
just found Bailey, so I put him up there. And we can run through a couple super duper quick ones I see down here. We can just slot them. The what is it? The models, fashionable male. I don't know what they call them,
I forgot too.
but yeah, they're basically there for fun and games and kind of put people over. So they're not really I don't think a threat to anyone at this point. Um, this guy, I don't even think he's on the roster right now. I forgot his name. All right. Eddie Kingston's a funny one, but we'll get to that later.
Do pack?
We'll just, yeah, I guess, keep going in order here. Sting is not. We'll move him. All right. So we got Dustin Rhodes, and he was just the TNT champion. I, but I think
But he's
he
doing like, yeah, that was a big match. Him with Kyle Fletcher, like that was big. That was a big deal, but it wasn't super recently.
right. And I'm not even sure without the injury to Adam Cole, he ever would have been the TNT
No,
champion.
probably not.
He is definitely a, a great wrestler and a great legend. And but right now, realistically, in the AEW landscape, I think his days of challenging for the TNT title are over. And
Yeah.
not that he's not a good
Maybe
wrestler.
on hold, just
Yeah,
not going on right
I
now.
think he's kind of been just right now in the lower tier. If he even wrestles in AEW, I think he's really in Ring of Honor basically at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Pac, who's probably one of my favorites. I would definitely place him in mid. The only reason I would do that is because it doesn't seem like they're giving him opportunities with like Swerve and Hangman and Kenny and stuff. It seems like he's fighting guys like Orange Cassidy or maybe I don't know who else is in the. They're kind of messing with the conglomeration right now,
Hmm.
and not none of those guys are really in the upper tier. Even though Pac for me is an upper tier guy, I think where AEW is placing him is right in mid. He probably has a chance to win the title, but I don't see him in upper mid because I don't see him. I don't see a feud with Samoa Joe. I don't see a feud with MJF. I don't see a feud with any of those
Well,
guys
I don't.
coming
Yeah, we don't
soon.
see it because we haven't seen the opportunity or the things that would lead up to that happen. But I can see it.
Right.
I think Pac is an S tier wrestler. I think Mike Bailey is an S tier wrestler. Um, but yes, I guess with what's going on with the stories and the belts and stuff right now, I guess I don't
Hmm.
disagree. I kind of have a hard time with that category against the low, upper, and upper mid because I think that sometimes it's like a very, very fine line. I could see putting Pac in low, upper, um, but based on what's going on right now, maybe not.
I'm shrinking this a little bit so we can
I see that. Yeah,
see
good,
more
good idea.
of it. All right. Um. Okay. So let's see who else we got here. Well, I definitely think the Young Bucks are in the upper tier, borderline S tier.
Hmm.
Um, Probably are S
I
tier, but
probably would say S tier.
well, at least I'll throw Matt or Nick Jackson right there, and then when we find Matt Jackson, we can throw him up there.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Okay, Wheeler Yuta is probably in the lower mid section right now. He gets some wins here and there, and they make him look good. And
Yeah,
right now with the Death Riders, I definitely think like he's in a faction that is considered a little bit higher, but he's probably on the lowest rung in that faction.
yeah. We're seeing a lot of him, but he is on the lowest rung. I don't think I understand why. I don't think Wheeler Yuta is a bad
You love him.
wrestler. And he's been around for a long time, but yeah, I agree that that's kind of where he is.
All right, let's keep rocking here. Well, okay, so Okada is really good. Okada was just the Continental Champion or whatever it was, the Unified. I definitely think Okada is in this um, lower upper category. At any point, I think they could say, "Hey, we're going to do an Okada title run." He's highly respected. I think he's above the TNT title. Just him as personally, even though I think the TNT title, if you ask me where it ranks, is higher than the Continental title. Um, I think that Okada himself and where they book him and how strong they make him look is definitely in the lower upper. What do you think about Okada?
I think that he looks a little stronger than that if I was doing this by
Oh,
myself
you
and
think
not
he's even
really.
upper?
I thought maybe you would put him in upper because I guess it wouldn't seem like the craziest thing. All the stuff with the Don Callis family, it's kind of hard. Like it's hard to really place
Hmm.
him. He obviously is a very, very, very good and skilled wrestler. But what he's doing right now, yeah, maybe you're right.
Let's see. Danielson is out. I think he's retired.
Cope is a doe.
I don't know really what's going on with Adam Copeland. I would like obviously he's in the low upper. The way they book him as like very powerful and like he has a chance to win the title at any point.
Hmm.
They kind of book him like that. So I'll put him in lower upper just for a um, quickly placing him. Because basically everybody he's fought is in the upper card, and he even challenged for the world title a lot last year, right, against Moxley. I think he might have fought Moxley once or twice, and
Hmm.
uh, they definitely like to kind of put him in this range, if you ask me. And I think that's where he'll be
Yeah,
when
they
he comes
do.
back from his like vacation.
Hmm.
Um, okay, the what is it? The Bad Apple, Brian Keith. Keith is probably, unfortunately, in enhancement right now. It doesn't seem like he's getting many wins, and it even seems like Ace Austin would probably get like a win over him if they were to fight. So I would maybe put Brian Keith, unfortunately, in enhancement, even though I definitely think he's a very talented wrestler.
Yeah, I would say that's unfortunate too. I don't think he would be out of place in lower, but I can see why you're saying that at this point in time.
All right, so here's a weird one, Bang Bang Gang. I think with what is going on, even though Bang Bang Gang, I think just got booked for a title shot. I want to say that they're in the lower mid just because they're
Yeah,
disjointed.
I agree.
If this was the Guns, it's different. If this was Juice and it, like right now they're a weird mixed tag team. It's so bizarre because it's Juice is usually running with Jay White and the Guns are usually running together, but now with injuries they're kind of mixed together. I think they're in the lower mid. I think there's just not a chance that they would win a title
Mhm.
right now,
Yeah.
and uh, I think they're definitely below Hurt Syndicate, and I think they're below Jet Speed, if you ask me.
Oh, definitely they are. I would not put them higher than that.
Just because they're a mix, not because they're not good wrestlers or anything, but I don't think there's any chance with them being mixed right now.
Yeah.
Um, Claudio's so weird to place because uh, he is such a good wrestler, but really it doesn't seem like they're giving him even letting him sniff the TNT title, but he does get big wins here and there, and he's clearly respected as a wrestler in the C2 and other things. They make him look strong, but it just doesn't seem like he's even like TNT title adjacent right now. Do you think so? Do you think he'd beat Mark Briscoe for the title? Like, do you think they'd let him do that?
I don't think it sounds that impossible, but I also don't know if I see a big reason for it. He's so good and so talented and so entertaining, but he's also always feels a little in the background to me,
Right. That exactly.
for
That's what I'm
whatever
saying,
reason.
and that's what we're talking about. How
Yeah,
AEW's booking
yeah,
their
because really,
wrestlers.
again, Claudio, he's an S tier wrestler. I mean, he
Claudio's
really is.
exceptional in ring.
But yeah, I guess with what they're doing with the stories and some uncertainty right now, at least on our end, we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, maybe that's the right spot for him.
All right, let's try to fire off a couple so we don't go over an hour here. Mordos, I think uh, Mordos seems to be the strongest booked of the CMLL, wrestlers. So I kind of, well,
I don't know.
maybe he's
I
in
guess
lower. Yeah, the strongest booked is actually probably if you measure the more you get the hards. That guy is probably uh, the best booked.
Are you talking about Rouge?
Roosh is probably
Oh
the
God,
okay. Well, all right. So I'm putting a lot
I
of
don't
the
know. That's kind
CMLL
of sucks
guys
for
in the
him.
lower,
He should
unfortunately.
maybe be in lower mid, but
Kyle
yeah.
Fletcher, he was just TNT champion, but I think Kyle Fletcher just went up.
Uh huh.
Don't you think Kyle Fletcher maybe just went up?
I kind of thought maybe you'd put him in upper. Um,
Oh, really?
I
Even upper?
thought,
He hasn't
yeah,
challenged
yeah. I
ever for the
guess,
title
yeah. If we're
yet.
going off, no, you're right. I'm kind of still not thinking of it in exactly those terms, but that's how we need to be thinking of it for this particular list. So yeah, that's the right spot for him.
Adam Cole injured. I already talked about that. Probably not ever coming back.
And I said, hope
Matt
not. Hope that's not true.
Matt Jackson is definitely upper. Um, Ricochet is interesting. He is the very first. What's the title that they gave him? Well,
Oh yeah, it's like,
either way, Ricochet is definitely a mid.
oh, you don't think he's lower upper, low upper?
He is the head of his own little faction thing, but I don't see him getting into feuds with
Yeah, he's
any
definitely
of.
on
If you
the
look up here, I don't see him getting into feuds with
any of
Adam
these guys. Yeah.
Copeland, Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada. I don't see him
Maybe
getting
not right
in this.
now, but he's
Yeah.
another one that maybe by the end of this year when we're talking about this, several months from now, he might be way
Maybe
up
he
there.
is. Maybe you know what? I will bump Ricochet to like the upper mid. He did have a feud with Swerve, and
And recently with the, Hurt Syndicate,
right, and
had a
recently,
very,
so he is
like,
kind of
lot of
working with.
interaction with them.
Yeah, maybe we'll put him in upper mid. He is the leader of his own faction.
Mhm,
So and they give him a ton of time on TV.
mhm,
All right, so I like Ricochet. We'll call him upper mid, not lower upper. We'll call him upper mid.
mhm.
All right. This is what's his
Hologram.
hologram. So I think hologram basically he was unbeat.
Enhancement.
No, if you think about it, before he got injured, he hadn't even like lost, but clearly like they weren't trying to like make him a world title winner. But I think they were definitely pushing him as like a luchador that could be a TNT champion. To me,
I
before he
don't
got
really get
injured,
it with
that's
him.
where they were. He's Tony's Khan's personal lucha libre project, but or luchador product or a project.
Mhm.
Uh, but I mean, they're booking him really strong. This is not me. I'm not. This is just what I saw. How
Yeah,
they
you're
booked
probably
him.
right.
He hadn't lost. He lost one match, I think.
Mhm.
Right. So if you're booking him like that, he's clearly above some of these guys that take losses. Right.
Yeah.
That I'm just gonna put him there because of the way they book him. I don't really know what's gonna go on with hologram in the future, but this is kind of where they booked him to, is right into the mid. Hook is kind of in like the lower mid, I think, right now. He is kind of
Yeah, he's
got
part of the ops, but
he's
he
kind of
doesn't
got crony
necessarily go with
status,
yeah.
with the ops. Yeah. I don't think he'll be a TNT champion anytime soon. Doesn't
He's not
seem like.
active enough.
Right. He's also hasn't been very active. I don't know what's going on with that. But, he does play a bigger ish role. And I don't think he's quite down here with some of these guys. I think he's a little bit above that with his role right now as part of the ops.
Mhm.
Um, Trent, I think
Enhancement.
uh, it's crazy that you say that, but honestly, like they just use Trent when they want a good match and want someone to get over. So I am putting Trent down in enhancement. This
Mhm.
is very weird. Trent is a very good wrestler.
Mm.
Anytime he wrestles, I don't think he's going to win
Yeah.
because of the way they have booked him. They have basically booked him and said, "You lose. You put on a good match and lose."
Yeah.
That's what's going. I don't know. That's what's going on with Trent right now. I don't think he deserves that, but that's kind of the way they're booking him. Um, Almost even Lance Archer. Maybe I might have to move down. We'll see. But there's so many more people to add. I think I'm just going to leave it how it is because it's just crazy. I forgot how many wrestlers there are. Roddy, I think, is kind of wrestling in that lower mid as well. I feel like
Really? You don't think he's mid?
you don't think he's really in this Claudio section. He kind of challenges for the
Yeah, that's
He
true.
kind of
Yeah,
challenges
maybe
for the
he's right there
TNT
with Claudio.
title.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you're right. We maybe need to move a couple more guys into mid
Well, I'm just
instead of
thinking
into the
about where
lower
we're gonna
mid.
see other people. Yeah, that's not the wrong place for him, but I wouldn't dispute him being in mid.
Yeah. Well, he's a if he did he had some losses, but he did get a big win at the end of the year.
He's been
I think
looking
over
pretty
Claudio.
strong.
So and stuff. Well, these are
Yeah, you can leave it for
we'll
now.
see. These two are guys that maybe we bump up to mid, but let's take a look. Okay, Swerve's obviously upper. It's like not a question. That's one of the easiest ones to place. Um, when
And he'd be S tier, I think, if he hadn't been gone, for this last little bit of the year.
I don't know what to do with Austin Gunn when he gets back. This is Austin, right? Not Colton, or is this Colton? Great. Now I can't believe I'm like forgetting right now. I think this is Colton Gunn. This is Colton.
I think that's Colton,
Yeah.
yes.
So when Colton comes back, I mean, maybe the Guns will get a push. I don't know. This is a tough one. Just give
You
me a
have to
pass.
basically put him there right
I
now,
don't
or
know.
maybe even lower.
Yeah, I don't really know. Just give me a pass on that one. Buddy Matthews injured. I don't really know where he goes. I'm gonna bump Kota Ibushi up one, and then Buddy Matthews I think has to go here. I don't even think we don't even know where he is right now. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
maybe don't even put him
yeah,
up.
I'm not
We
even put
don't
he
have.
wrestled so little after getting injured this year. Okay,
Yeah,
so Danhausen out, Sting out. Um, well, Matt is definitely enhancement talent. They only call him every once in a while.
he's
Serpentico
better than that, but yeah.
Serpentico feels like enhancement talent. Same with some of these guys from the Dark Order. They're really not getting anything going. Let's see. Kip Sabian's been gone. Maybe when he comes back, he's just in. He doesn't even really wrestle by himself. I don't know.
He's kind of part of the Nick Wayne stuff going on.
Right, but it's so bizarre. Like I don't. He like rarely ever wins or gets to do anything. I don't know if he should be an enhancement, but I don't know. This is
He's
tough.
in my mind, he's a little bit more lower than
Lower.
enhancement, but
Okay,
yeah.
we'll put him in lower right now. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't. That kid doesn't belong in lower. Let's see here. All right, so let's get back on it. We got Will Ospreay here, who definitely is in upper, and Konosuke Takeshita is also in the I think upper mid. I don't think he's quite challenging for the world title yet, but he's definitely a potential TNT champion kind of at any time. I could see him after his feud with what they're doing right now with Okada moving right up to upper tier,
Yeah, I would
potentially
say he's
challenging
going
for
to
the
move
world
way up.
title.
Hmm.
Takeshita's awesome, and they book him like he's awesome and like he's really great. All right, who else do we have here? Kingston, or what we got? Orange Cassidy. Cassidy's definitely in the mid, and even the way they book him,
Yeah, he's
he's
there
the
at least.
he's the leader of the conglomeration.
Yes.
If you just want to like kind of think about where he is on the roster, he's the
He's wherever.
yeah, whenever. Yeah, very good. You know more stuff than me. So Cassidy is the leader of the conglomeration, and a conglomeration member is the TNT champion. So I think he's upper, right? He's upper mid.
At least. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's great.
All right. So Wardlow, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't think he wrestled the entire year. He was there
Well,
for maybe
once.
once, but so I think he's out of the picture right now. We shouldn't even put him in there. It does feel like I just forgot this guy's name.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. It does feel like Mark Davis is basically at the bottom rung of the Don Callis family.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. I enjoy watching him. I wouldn't argue with him being in lower, but we don't see him enough. I mean, yeah, I think enhancement's unfortunately probably the right spot for him. There's some people in enhancement that it's like I feel weird calling them that.
Yeah, it's like it is bizarre. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should move. Maybe I should
Not
move.
Trent. Trent's good down there.
Maybe maybe anybody that's in the Callis family we should have in lower. You know, at
I
least
think
you know what I
Keith,
mean. They're not quite enhancement.
Brian Keith, I think is definitely not quite enhancement, but based on if we're trying to stay grounded with what we're talking about and where everyone is right now and how they're being used right now,
Yeah.
I think you've made the right decisions up until now. I think moving to Trent just now was weird.
Okay, I'll slide it back down. Trent's the leader of the enhancement talent. Okay, Roosh is probably the best booked CMLL guy. I think these are all CMLL guys. I don't know to be honest, but
Yeah.
we'll put Roosh in the lower mid. He had a feud with MJF, and he's done some other stuff, but he's basically the leader of the Ingobernables, I
Mhm.
think. So, you know, the faction leader kind of should be bumped up above the faction itself. Sometimes it feels like to me.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
that's
trying to
good.
just fly through this because we got about 10 more guys, and there's not a lot of time.
We have all the time in the world. We could talk about it
No,
all night.
no. We got
We should.
6 minutes. 6 minutes because it's 12:35 a.m. Okay, so I actually don't know if
We're just not seeing him right now, really.
well, him and I don't know why I can't think of his name anymore. It's part of Crew. It's what is this guy's name?
Action Andretti?
Andretti.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you were
yeah.
talking about somebody else.
No,
Yeah.
Action Andretti
Hmm.
is in Crew, and I actually thought they had a nice run at the before they kind of disappeared into ROH. So
Hmm.
I think they're kind of doing stuff in ROH, but unfortunately, right now I put Crew kind of at the bottom of the ladder. So let's see if I can find Leo Rush. Because Crew just hasn't been on TV in a long time. Hey, I like him. I think Crew should definitely be challenging for the title. And I wouldn't even hate a title run for Crew. But I think the way they're booked right now, they're in the lower.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. We got Anthony Bowens, who, what do we put in lower mid? Is that where we put?
Max, yeah,
There
right
we
there.
go.
Mhm.
And then
Oh, Big Bill.
Big Bill is kind of lost in the shuffle right now. I think he's above Brian Keith. They were kind of together, but at the same time, Big Bill was doing a lot of solo wrestling, and he got to fight he was on the pay-per-view against Eddie Kingston. He
Yeah.
lost, but he was on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I'd put him, unfortunately, in lower. I don't think he's going to have a title shot
I
anytime
think
soon. They
that's
don't
right.
book him like he has a title shot. Who do we got here? Oh, do we put Brody in twice? Oh, that's funny. Here's Brody's here too. All right,
Oh.
2 Brodies. All right, well, we'll move him. Let's start moving people down. No, Brian Cage didn't even wrestle last year. Adam Cole's probably done. Brian Danielson is done. Are any of these guys wrestling? Jeff Jarrett's probably not wrestling at all. No. These are all managers or whatever.
Well, there's Julia Hart's husband. What's his name again?
Yeah, he's kind of ROH.
Oh, that's true. Duh.
He just gets called up
Yeah, we shouldn't.
every once in a while.
Uh-huh. There's Eddie Kingston.
Yes, Kingston, Austin Gunn. So we'll put Austin with Colton right here, and then
AR Fox.
that's really all that's left. Bandito, Kingston, and not much. This guy goes here, and that's gonna be about it in like 1 second here. So Eddie Kingston is in a super weird spot. Um, it feels like they want him to be in the mid tier, like you could always believe in Eddie, like you could believe he could do anything. Um, but where would you put Eddie right now? Because I'm having some trouble placing him.
Yeah, I would say either there or the one above it.
Oh, even upper mid, you think?
Well,
Interesting.
they're using him a lot. Or I guess they want him to be part of the mix. No, maybe just mid. Maybe mid, and maybe you're right. Maybe mid is borderline generous based on
Mhm.
what's going on with him right now is a little bit confusing, but I'm always a little bit confused about where Eddie Kingston's at.
It's a little bit confusing. He kind of just rides the lightning, teeters in there. I put AR Fox into lower because it's like, yeah, he's in the mix here. He pops up here and
Hardly
there,
ever,
give him a little
yeah.
run, but he doesn't really ever make many waves. He's just so talented. I think they like using him, but uh, I don't think they're not putting any belts on him anytime soon.
Mhm.
Even though, yeah, maybe something's worth throwing on him.
Well, it'll be an interesting year. We'll
Mm.
see.
Bandito, so he was just part of that tag team champion team with
He's been doing really well.
Brody King. I think Bandito's in that upper mid card. I would
Yeah.
put them just as Brody. Right now, they're Brodito to me, and I think they're right here. Even though who's he going to wrestle? He's going to wrestle for the world title, right? Because he won something. So I think he's fighting MJF like next week. So he definitely belongs in the upper mid if he's going up against MJF, like the world champion next week.
Mhm.
Plus, he was just the tag team champion. So there you go. Oh, there's another Cash Wheeler, but I think we already placed him up here with Dax. Yeah, there we go. Dax Cash already up there. I don't know why I have 2. Oops. And so 2 more guys to place because everyone else down here, I think, was basically injured the entire year or is not going to come back probably. So we got Bishop. Oh, just these 2 guys, Gates of Agony, who are with Ricochet. So they definitely go below Ricochet. The Gates of Agony themselves are probably below Ricochet, but maybe the way they've been booked lately, that they're like maybe as a tag team, they're maybe in the mid world. Like, are they better? Are they booking them better than the Outrunners right now? Are they booking them better than the Acclaimed? It feels like they kind of are. Like, it almost seems to me like they're trying to make you think that these 2 guys could have a chance at the belts. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because they're
I
running under
think that
Ricochet right now.
yeah, I
They just kind of feuded with the Hurt Syndicate.
I'm a little less invested in their their story and their path for whatever reason. But I think that that's true. I think everything you said was ex exactly right about them. That's probably the right spot for them. If it was going to be something else, it wouldn't be higher, it would be lower.
Well, anyway, here's the list. Little scroll here so you can kind of see everybody. That's about it. Maybe I'll take a little picture and put a link to it somewhere. I don't really know how all this works, but this is kind of where we think everyone is landing starting the new year. So let's see where it goes. Maybe somebody in the lower, maybe AR Fox will win the TNT title. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What do you think? You think there's gonna be a shakeup?
I think there's gonna be a lot of shakeups this year, and I'm super excited.
All right, there it is, our tier list. I'll do one last scroll so you can kind of see it, but I'll try to put a link to like the actual picture in the what's it called, the description. Hmm.
Pounders out.
No, I'm
Oh,
no, I'm showing them the list.
that's
We're not
right.
leaving yet. Sounded like you said pound it out.
No, pounders, that's us.
All right, we're scrolling, slow scroll. I'm slow scrolling. I'm slow scrolling. There you go. AEW going into 2026.
Pounders out.